West Ham United 0, Liverpool 2, and with that victory, Liverpool managed to go 19 points clear at the top of the table, and that is now our game in hand caught up. Obviously, I think we've got Southampton at the weekend, but yes, we are now caught up with everybody else. Now we've all played 24 games, 19 points clear, an unbelievable little record that we've got going on there. We've reached 70 points already, which is ridiculous. It really is. And by all accounts, it was a comfortable performance, really. West Ham had their chances, they did, especially in the second half. Declan Rice, the most notable one. Then Trent Alexander-Arnold hitting the post for West Ham, which was, that was just, he's just passing the ball to Van Dijk in a unique way. That's all it was. He wasn't trying to cause any trouble or anything like that. It was just, he just wanted to add a bit of a spark of creativity, shall we say. Maybe give, West Ham a bit of a chance, maybe. Who knows? But anyway, even so. So Liverpool get off the mark with a penalty, which Salah slots away. I think for all of our dominance in the first half, for it to have to be a penalty might have been a little bit disappointing, to be honest. Because you're kind of thinking, let's not have one of these games where we're so dominant in parts where we had 80% possession and stuff like that. Our passing was so much more than West Ham. We had so much more of the ball, creating chances and that. Let's not have it count for nothing. And to go in at 1-0 at half time, probably a bit fortunate for West Ham, to be fair. As I say, we had the chances, we created the chances, and for it to just be a penalty that we scored in the first half, probably should be doing better from that one, to be fair. As Jurgen Klopp alluded to in his press conference, saying that he felt that he wished that we'd played better. And obviously, I think when we get to the weekend against Southampton, we will have to play better. But that's another game we'll preview in a couple of days or so. We come out into the second half, and Mo Salah, after what looks like a bit of a scramble in the middle of the pitch, the ball being in the air and stuff like that, Jordan Henderson, I believe it was, he actually controls it out of the air, passes it mid-air into Salah's path, who runs with it a little bit and provides a hell of a pass, a beautiful pass into the path of Oxlade-Chamberlain. Now, Oxlade-Chamberlain, he's still got work to do here. Still got work to do. Defender is on him. Defender makes a tackle, but he rides the tackle instead of going down, takes the opportunity and puts it past Fabianski. And that makes it 2-0. And that was it was a fantastic goal. It really was. Brilliant goal. And if you put a goal past Fabianski in the first place, you definitely deserve to score, because Fabianski had a really, really good game. I want to have a look at what their stats were for saves. Obviously we had 2 goals. We had 6 shots on target, and they had 4 saves. So out of the 6 shots on target, 2 of them obviously went in, and he made 4 saves. He made some really, really good saves as well. And then speaking of saves, Alisson. My God, Alisson made some incredible saves. Some absolutely ridiculous cat-like acrobatic saves. And he was phenomenal. He really was. You can see the difference that someone like an Alisson can make. Because even though we gave up some chances to West Ham, which is a concern, I'll speak about that in a minute. We gave up some chances to a West Ham team that really didn't look like they were going to create much or take their chances. Alisson was the difference maker sometimes. When they did get through, if they broke through the lines and they get through to Alisson was there. And he made this ridiculous one-handed save at one point as well. And it was just such a great save. It settles the tone for Liverpool in that point where, say, if we're looking like we're going to, be giving up a couple of chances in succession, he's there to make that difference and sort of hopefully deflate the West Ham team as well. And you could sort of hear it a little bit in the London Stadium. It just felt like on TV anyway. It listened, when I was listening to it, it just sort of, you could really hear the Liverpool fans. You really couldn't, there were a couple of chants here and there from West Ham fans speaking about the board and such like that as well. You couldn't really hear them a great deal. It was mainly Liverpool fans and stuff like that. And when they were getting some chances, you sort of heard them getting a little bit louder. The West Ham fans getting a little bit louder. But then when we took control of the game back, it sort of just died away from them. And I don't think West Ham fans, had much hope of getting something from the game, you know, be it a goal or, you know, taking a draw or a win or anything like that. I think it was just, especially with the way that they were set up as well, they were set up very defensively. If they were going to catch us, they were going to try and catch us on the break. But the problem with that is that I think, did they have Antonio and Anderson out? So the only people that they had with pace, really, was Masuaku, maybe Ngakia, but I'm not entirely sure. He spent a bit of time on the right-hand side, but like with that, apart from Masuaku, you don't really have a lot of pace in that team, to be honest. It was just I don't know. It was just a team just sat there that was just wanting to soak up any pressure that they could from Liverpool, and we put on a great performance. Let's be honest. I say a great performance. We put on a good performance. As Klopp said, he wishes that we'd played a little bit better, but you can't really argue with getting a clean sheet, getting 2 goals. You know, Mo Salah has picked up man of the match for his goal and assist, and fair play. That's absolutely fine. I felt that Henderson also had a sort of man of the match game as well. Gomez had a very good game. Alisson could have had a man of the match game as well for his crucial saves to keep it as a clean sheet. It's one of those things at the moment. Like it really is. Divock Origi did go off on 69 minutes or around that time. He went off. Apparently, it could be a sort of niggle or something like that. We're not entirely sure just yet. And Fabinho came on for him. And the first thing that Fabinho did was basically give away the the chance to West Ham. He was dribbling. He was running out of our box with it. Lost possession of it to Declan Rice, who got off that shot, which led to Trent hitting the post as well. Aside from that, Fabinho looked good. He looked all right. He looked better. He looked much better than he did against Shrewsbury, which is great. That's fantastic. He couldn't really look much worse than he did in that game. But at least it might show that even though he only got 20 minutes, you know, he's looking like he's going to get back to the old Fabinho pretty quickly, which is good. That's what we need as well. There was no Minamino last night, if I remember rightly. Curtis Jones came on and Naby Keita came on as well. So that's huge as well to see Naby Keita come back on as well, because having the full array of talent in our midfield to pick from, you know, to change things up when things aren't necessarily working, which so far they have been for us. We've got to say they have been working for us. You can't get to where we are on 70 points and 19 points clear and say that they're not working. They clearly are. It's good to have the options though, and especially with the Champions League that's going to kick back in after the break and all that sort of business and how busy we've been. It's really good to see these guys coming back, you know, and then obviously we'll just wait and see what happens with Mane. Mane is obviously crucial to us going forward, but apparently he could be back once the winter break thing is over. Could apparently be back for the game after that. So all things considered, things look like they're heading in the right direction. They look like they're heading much more positive. We're going to be getting more players back from injury, and that can only really put us in good stead for the remaining part of the season. But on the whole, honestly, you know, it was a comfortable game. It wasn't one of those games that really got the butterflies going or anything like that. Didn't really feel nervous at many points. As I say, like, you know, I know where Klopp's coming from when he says it could be a better performance. The only way that can be a better performance is if you go out there and you pace them like 5-6-0 or something like that. I felt that the fact that we controlled the game with over 70% possession, we had the majority of the chances. Yes, we conceded some chances as well, gave up some chances that we probably shouldn't have. And against maybe another team, like a Southampton perhaps, they might take those chances with someone like a Danny Ings on the end of those chances, much more clinical, much more dangerous. And hopefully that is something that they work on, obviously, over the next couple of days, or at least keep an eye out on, and all that sort of business anyway, because they will be a much more dangerous opposition than West Ham will be. I don't actually know where West Ham sit right now. So, again, yeah, their goal difference is a little bit worse, but they are still just above the relegation zone on 1 goal difference. That is the only thing that's separating them and Bournemouth, and 2 goal difference ahead of Watford. It's very, very tight. It really is. And West Ham are looking like they could be in some serious trouble if they don't get their ideas up. Anyway, that's it for now anyway. I'm going to be previewing the Southampton game. Most likely, when are we playing? Is it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock kick-off, man. Yeah, so I'll be previewing that probably, most likely tomorrow. definitely tomorrow. It will be tomorrow. And then if I can get a review up on Saturday, I will. If it will either be Sunday or Monday after that. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Get your thoughts and comments in ahead of Southampton at the weekend. Who should be starting and what are your predictions scoreline-wise? Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.